not one of war or armed rebellion. It is not for the courts to extend its provisions to a situation which is not one of war or armed rebellion. It could not be clearer. That would require a decision of the people in a referendum. If they thought it necessary or prudent to confer such unrenewable powers upon the state. A cry of emergency is an intoxicating one, producing an exhilarating freedom from the need to consider the rights of others, and productive of a desire to repeat it again and again. It is abundantly clear, therefore, that only under the provisions of Article 28.3.3 is the state freed from constitutional restraint by virtue of declaring a state of emergency under its existing provision, or, in the event that a situation requires as much, by amending them to the needs of the situation at the time obtaining. It couldn't be clearer. What has happened is utterly, completely illegal. As you would know in your gut, as you would know from the demeanour of these cowardly guards, bullying people because they think they have the powers and they don't even know the name of the act that they're implementing. They're not police officers. They are not police officers. They are the bouncers of the elite of this country. So, before I finish, I want to, what the government has done, therefore, is unprecedented. They have sought, on the flimsiest of pretexts, to take away your most fundamental rights. They have no right to do it. They have no right to do it. You have no duty to obey, because it is illegal, unlawful, illicit, and unconstitutional. If a guard tells you you're breaking the law, say, on the contrary, you are breaking the law. Well, you're a gobshite, so sir. Who could have known that for the past nearly 80 years, the words of the Irish Constitution, far from extending freedoms, guaranteeing the freedoms of the Irish people to walk here and there as they pleased about their own country, to breathe God's clean air, to sit quietly on a park bench, to read a book, to take their grandchild for a walk, without harassment, without interference, without haranguing. Who would have thought that the rights which we seem to be able to read in the words, in the natural, ordinary meanings of the words of that Constitution, all this time were in fact a charter for totalitarian despotism? This is what the so-called Taoiseach, but not the Taoiseach, Leo Varadkar, seeks to impose on us now. This lie. It is the lie that Judge Charles Meany last week sought to impose on us in his High Court judgment, which is directly in contravention to the judgment that I have just read from the late great Adrian Hardyman, a judge whose boots Judge Meany is unfit to polish. This is a very serious moment in our history. I don't believe there has been any more serious moment for perhaps 170 years. I don't believe that we will ever see a moment like this again in our lifetimes. I hope we do not. But whether we do or not depends greatly on what we do now. It is up to us. We are the people. We are the sovereign people. This is our country. It does not belong to this illegal government. It does not belong to An Garda Síochána. It does not belong to the Department of Health or the HSE. It belongs to us. And it's time we started to make that clear. For as long as this goes on, I would urge you now to try and get hold of a copy of the Constitution. And if you can't, then you can go online and you can print up the pages of the Constitution. Get a little binder, a clip, carry it with you at all times in public. Produce it, Articles 40 to 44, in front of the guards. Say, I don't care what law you think you have, this is the law. 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 There is no other law. These are outlaws, these guys. They're criminals. They're criminals. It's time we told them so. It's time we got courageous. It's time we started to talk back. Go away. Go away, bouncer. Go away, bouncer. Get behind me, bouncer. This is our chance. I didn't ever think that we would. You know, I'm in a certain strange way, I regard myself as privileged to be alive at this moment. Because all my life I have regretted the fact that everything was so peaceful and tranquil and beautiful in our country that we would never get to be heroes. We would never get to be patriots. Well, now's our chance. Because what's happening now is just as crucial as anything that happened in 1916. We are the insurrectionaries. It is up to us to stand where Pearse and Connolly and MacDonagh and Clark stood against the forces of oppression, the forces of occupation, because this is an occupation. So I want to read again before I stop, the preamble to the Constitution. Remember this, because this is the guarantee of your rights as citizens. In the name of the Most Holy Trinity, from whom is all authority, and to whom, as our final end, all actions both of men and states must be referred. We, the people of Eire, humbly acknowledging all our obligations to our divine Lord Jesus Christ, who sustained our fathers through centuries of trial, gratefully remembering their heroic and unremitting struggle to regain the rightful independence of our nation, and seeking to promote the common good with the observance of prudence, justice and charity, so that the dignity and freedom of the individual may be assured, true social order attained, the unity of our country restored, and concord established with other nations. hereby